Okay guys, so let me tell you what's going on. So you guys know we bought this car over a month ago. So what happened was we bought the car from a third party. So the guy who sold us the car bought this car from somebody else. So it's a legit sale, so there's nothing about the car being stolen or nothing like that. We even met the original owner of the car. The car only has two owners, that guy and us. So he asked us to go to one of those DMV, what do you call them, satellite locations, right Joe?
Yeah.
DMV satellite locations, because when it comes to anything that has to do with registering your car that's not like straightforward, DMV doesn't give you any kind of help. So the people at the DMV satellite location, they know what they're doing. So I went to the lady that I know, and I don't really know the lady all that good. I just pay my light bill in her store and I'm pleasant to her. And so I went back and asked her if she does this kind of work, and she says yeah. So she told us what all we were gonna need. So the guy that I bought the car from was like, well, you're not gonna need all of that, blah 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 blah. Why don't you come to my lady in Chula Vista? So he gave me this first lady that jerked me around for a day. I mean, if I'm sending you emails after emails with the things that you have required and you can't get one of my emails, then something is wrong with your business. So I got PO'd. So he's like, okay, let's not deal with her. I have another one that's really cool that we can work with. So the lady was like $45 and I'll do the paperwork for you. And can you mail me all the originals? Well, I don't play that. I don't like mailing originals because they can get lost in the mail. So I drove back down there. You guys remember when we went back down there the second time? The first time was when we bought the car, right? And the second time was when we went there. We stayed at her business all day long so that she could go to the DMV, because normally she would do all this in her office, print out our registration, give us her sticker, give us the license plate if that's needed. But because it is an out-of-state car, the car is from Arizona, because the original owner lived in Arizona first. The pink slip is in California, but the registration is in Arizona. And you can do that. Arizona allows you to do that. You don't have to title it in Arizona. And so because that happened, at first we needed an extra signature from the original owner, which we got that day. And so she went to the DMV. Now, if this lady knew what she was doing, because she does bookkeeping and I think her DMV business is a side gig. So my thought process is, if she knew what she was doing, she would have gone through the DMV checklist of what she would need. I don't know what I'm doing, so I don't know what the checklist is. That's why I'm paying her, right? So she goes to the DMV and they're like, you need this letter from Arizona's DMV telling me that they didn't title it over there. Now, the lady that is in my town, she told me already that I would have needed that letter. You know, we just didn't go with her because the guy was like, don't deal with her, come here. So she called right when we were there, and they told her no problem, because she has a permit to do business with the DMV. No problem, we'll put it in the mail for you right away. And she says, what's the fee? And she goes, the lady says, we'll bill you. So I'm sure there's a fee involved with that. I don't even know what that fee is. So I've been in limbo with my money when I need my money to pay bills. And so that was like a month ago that happened, guys. So she says, okay, when the letter comes, I'm going to go back down to the DMV. Now, she wouldn't have had to go to the DMV but once if she knew what she was doing, right? So the letter, I mean, from Arizona to California, you're going to tell me that letter doesn't take 3 days? 7 days. I called that woman from day 4, day 5, day 6, day 7. Finally, when I called her, I was just gonna, every time you call her, she was just about to call you. Don't you hate people like that? And so she says the letter came and it wasn't titled in Arizona, so I'm gonna go back down to the DMV and I'm gonna go tomorrow, not today, tomorrow, and I'll let you know what happened. She doesn't go to the DMV, and I don't know that she doesn't go. So I'm blowing up her phone and she's not answering. And there's been times when I've been blowing up her phone and you get a busy tone. Who the hell gets a busy tone anymore? You don't have two-way calling or call waiting or whatever it's called, and you're doing business. So when you get the busy tone, you get it for hours. It's not just for like 1 or 2 calls, it's for hours. So finally I got through and she's like, I didn't go yet, but I'm gonna go tomorrow. So she went. They told her she needed form blah 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 and form blah blah blah. And on one of the forms, all we had to do was sign it and she would fill in the blanks. On the other form, Joe had to take the truck either to flag down a CHP officer and have him do a check on the truck to make sure that the VIN is verified. And there were other things they had to check too, right, Joe? The lights, the brakes, stuff like that. They're not making sure the car is legit and it's road ready. And so Joe's not going to flag down no CHP officer. Are you kidding? He's black. He might get beat up or shot. You know, so I'm like, what's the other option? Because that's not happening. We'll take it to your local DMV for them to check it there. I'm like, well, that's a way better option because my DMV is huge now because they closed down the old one and they built a brand new one, and it's huge, and they have a lot of lanes open or lines open, and when you get in there, you are out in a flash. They don't play at my DMV because my DMV services a lot of the surrounding areas. So Joe goes, that's easier for me to do. So he went to the DMV. He got a really cool guy. The guy checked everything. The truck checked out awesome, and he says, go on inside and register your truck. And he goes, I don't have the original paperwork. My representative has it in Chula Vista. And he's like, man, you could have registered this today, but now you're going to have to come back for me to check this again. So I called her, went through 2 hours of busy tones. And then she finally, the phone call went through. And then she says, no, I'm not going to send you guys the originals. I'm going to see this through to, and you send me the paperwork you have there. And then I'm going to go into the DMV when it arrives. So I sent it priority mail. So that was on a Monday. So she got it last week, Wednesday. So when she got it, I had to call her again. She doesn't call you. And I'm like, and you know what? When I sat in her office that day, I really thought we built some rapport. And I really liked this lady. I thought she was a go-getter, you know? I was even contemplating taking my tax business to her. So when she got it that Wednesday, I called her and she goes, yes, it came, but I'm not going to go tomorrow, Thursday, right? Okay, I'm going to go on Friday. I'm like, that's fine. You know, it didn't bother me because I figured, well, she probably has something, you know, she has to do on Thursday. Friday, nothing. I don't hear from her. Monday was the Labor Day holiday. I didn't expect to hear from her. Tuesday, I waited all day because I'm like, if she didn't go Friday, she's going to go Tuesday for sure. I called at 4:45. She closes at 6. The DMV closes at 5. Her little sidekick answers the phone. And I can't stand when people just blatantly lie and they have no regard for the fact that you know it's a bloody lie. You know, so the girl answers the phone and I said, where's Veronica? And she says, oh, Veronica's been at the DMV all day. I'm like, I right away knew in my spirit that was a lie, because nobody goes and sits at the DMV all day for one client for $45. Give me a break. And I'm like, when she comes in, if she has my papers or not, tell her to call me. Nothing. So Wednesday, remember I was busy Wednesday when I had to go to the church and tape all those voiceovers, and I was in limbo Wednesday and all that stuff. So Tuesday I was already frustrated because I was calling up the church to see if they needed me, and that lady was jerking me around and stuff. And so I didn't call on Wednesday. So Joe, you know, Joe will do this. He'll get mad and he'll go, have you heard from that woman? You know, and he'll get, and I said, you know what, you handle it. The burden has become too much for me to bear. You handle it. So then Joe gets on the phone and Joe starts calling her on Thursday, right? And he called, no, not Thursday. No. Thursday morning I called at 9:30 because she opens at 9. If you went to the DMV and they need more information, let me know what's going on so I can drive up there and we can go do this thing together and get it done. I said, if you didn't go to the DMV, let me know that too. It's okay. Let me know you didn't go because I am stressed out. And I told her, I said, I'm prepared to pay you your $45 because you've done a lot so far. She's got the job almost 85 to 90% done, I would say. I'm prepared to pay you your $45. I'm prepared to pay the fee for the DMV for the letter. Just relinquish my paperwork to me so I can go ahead and get it done. Because honestly, it seems like you have me as a low priority and this is not working out for me. So she doesn't call me back. That's the message I left Thursday at 9:30. So on Friday, Joe starts calling and he's getting the busy tone. And let me tell you something about Joe. If he calls once and he gets a busy tone, he ain't calling back again. But I told him, well, I had to endure that busy tone several times. You endure it. And so he endured it from 9:30 in the morning till about noon. So we call and we get through, but it's voicemail. She's right there listening to the voicemail, I'm sure. And so Joe leaves her a message saying, Veronica, I want to come up there tomorrow to come and get my paperwork because I'm not going to bear another day of this. She doesn't answer. All day goes by. So I called the guy that I bought the car from because he works right around the bend from her. And he was like, I thought this problem was already resolved. I am so sorry that this happened. He's flipping cars. That's what he's doing. He's flipping cars for a living while he works at a dealership that puts in expensive car radios. That's how come this car has an expensive car radio. And so he says, I'm going to call her because he has her cell phone. I don't have her cell phone. And if I can't get through to her, I'm going to drive there on my break. And so he calls and he calls and he calls. And then she finally calls him back in the middle of the day. And she says, because I called him like at 10 in the morning. So she calls him back like around 1. She probably already heard Joe's message. And she said, I knew what lie she was going to tell. Because once I study your pattern as a liar, I know what lie you're going to come up with next. And so I told him, I said, she's going to lie to you. And she's going to say that her son had an asthma attack. And that she's been at the hospital all day with him. Because when I was there that day, the son faked an asthma attack to come home from school, and I knew he was faking it. And let me tell you how I knew he was faking it. Because my son Jory suffers with asthma, and when he has to come home from school with an asthma attack, he has to be on that nebulizer. He has to go into Kaiser, get a treatment. He is desperately ill when he has to be sent home from school with an asthma attack. The guy was like, nah, she's not gonna lie about sickness. He got through to her, and she told him that. She said, I'm at the hospital all day with my son. That's why I'm not getting none of her calls. And how come the phone went from busy tone to ringing, right? And I went to the DMV yesterday all day and the computers were down. Now I know that happens from time to time with the DMV because that has happened to me before at the DMV, but they always give you a slip of paper letting you know that you're compliant with your deadline and you have an appointment to come back and get served first the next day or the day after or whatever. So she's lying about that. So she finally calls me when I'm at the gym in the evening time and she's like, Barbara, this is Veronica. I'm like, so what's the story now? And so she's all like, well, I don't plan on working tomorrow, but I can meet you at my work anytime you want to come. I said, I'll get there for 10 in the morning. Like I said before, I'm going to pay you the $45. I'm going to pay you the fee for DMV and our business is completed. And she's like, no, you don't have to give me the $45 because I didn't complete the job. You best believe I'm not going to give her that $45. I'm going to pay her for the fee that she had to pay DMV, and I'm walking out of there and going to lunch with my husband. All right, so this is the establishment. Veronica's Tax and Bookkeeping Services. See, it says $25 instant vehicle registration, but she charged me $45. I haven't paid her yet because she says that it would have been more difficult to do because it is an out-of-state registration. So right now it's 10. Exactly 10. And she's not here. So guess what? I'm gonna get off this camera and I'm gonna call her. So she sends her little sidekick Marta to come and give us the stuff. I don't care who gives it to me as long as I get all my stuff. Let's see who gets out the car.
Hello.
It's the girl Marta. Yeah, so she sent this young lady Marta to come and give me the papers. You see, when you start lying, you can't face the people that you're lying to. I think we're kind of like the same way with God, right? When we start telling him lies, we can't face him. Yeah, so the young lady pretty much voiced her frustrations. I'm like, what happened on Tuesday when you told me she was at the DMV? She said, well, I was here in the office because there's 2 businesses that operate out of here. There's another woman that I guess does something with real estate or mortgages or something. This young lady actually works for the other woman. And so she told her, I'm at the DMV all day today. Can I forward my phone calls to your phone? So when I called on Tuesday and she says, oh, she's at the DMV, she says, I didn't really know I was lying. I don't know if that's the truth either. Not yet. I don't know if, right here, car audio, right here, see it? I don't know if that's the truth. I don't have any reason to disbelieve her because she pretty much says, I apologize. I'm not apologizing for her, but I'm apologizing that she did this to you because pretty much she does this to a lot of her customers, and it's very frustrating to deal with because I am structured in what I do and I believe in getting, you know, job A done before you do job B, and don't scatter all your efforts because then people are gonna be PO'd at you. So I'm gonna go in here right now to this audio place to see the guy who sold me the car. So right quick. So I went to go see the guy who sold me the truck, Alex, to tell him I have all the papers, and I told him I'll tell him on Monday when everything is resolved. I'm speaking now that when I go on Monday, I'm gonna have my registration, my sticker, my license plate, and everything in my hand, and then it's just a matter of waiting for my pink slip to come. And I'm declaring and decreeing that Joe's gonna take me to lunch somewhere. No, before I go buy food, I want to go buy comfortable shoes. I have that party to attend on the 20th, and I have that wedding to attend on October the 3rd, and I really want some pretty shoes that are comfortable. Okay, so we're at DSW Shoe, and what does that stand for? Designer Shoe Warehouse. This is my favorite place away from home. This is the first time I've come here since the year started. Jada usually comes with Lewis and pick me up my new purses. See, I got this purse there. I got this purse there for my birthday. Joe loves coming here because he's a shoe freak. How long did it take us to get back from there right now? Hour and a half? Hour and a half ride.
What time we leave from there?
Hour and 45 minutes to go and hour and a half to come.
What time we leave?
I don't know what time we leave, but I'm tired as hell from that trip.
About 45 minutes.
You look on that lady body. It looks like two little boy they play on a blanket. Look, see? That's what mommy say. When you bootylicious like that, mommy say it looked like two little boy playing on a blanket. I'm awful, aren't I? I'm awful. Let me go in my favorite store. So right away I go in the back part because this is stuff that's on sale. Hey, boo?
You got boots on the bottom pictures.
Where's my size? 8.5. It's my size right here. It's 8.5. Purple means 30% off. Yada yada yada. See what they have. $49.95 for one pair of shoe. I got $19.98 off. It comes to $29.97. The other one is $39.94, and with 19 something off, comes to $19. So my total bill is $53.94. Okay, so this is my piece. Okay. Go. You gotta go, me oh my oh. So we're in Costco, but we're at the Costco in what? Is this Ontario? Rancho Cucamonga. This is the one where Kevin works, Leah's husband. And so we enter the door and I flash my card, and it's a tall, lanky black guy. And he calls me back over. I'm like, I was already mad. I'm like, why is he calling me back over? My card is good. How does he know if it's expired, right? I'm like, what happened? So I calls and goes, are you on YouTube? And he goes, you're a little underground celebrity. He didn't even recognize me. He recognized Joe. And then he saw that I was with Joe.
Wait, cooking?
Yeah, the cooking channel. You're on there often enough. Because I didn't really recognize you. I tell you, I look different when I'm doing the cooking show than like right now. I look so raggedy. Yeah, so it was pretty cool because he was really nice. So he wanted me to talk with him about how to get his YouTube channel going, and I'm willing to do that. Really and truly, just a little bit about advice, what cameras to buy, how to edit, stuff like that. So let me get my food. Check out the price, guys. This is like $14.99 each for that hearing aid, $9.49 for this one, which is going to be the one that Joe's going to have to get. The $9.49 each. And then the $5.49 doesn't look too bad, but we have to hear what all it does. So, see? He doesn't want these ones that hang outside the ears. And he says he knows he's old, but he doesn't want to look older. Let's see what kind of money we have to come up with to buy Joey's hearing aids. We're going to have to do a crowdfunding for this. Or a Patreon or something. Help an old man hear his wife again. Everybody gonna say, nah, man, nah, you don't want to hear her. You lucky, man, you lucky. So mom just called to let me know. She says, did you know that Mario is on Periscope right now live? I'm like, no, he already went off already. I couldn't see it because I was at Costco and I didn't have Wi-Fi. I was like, how do you know this, Mom? And she's like, well, your dad has Periscope and he's following Mario on Periscope, and Mario is in New York somewhere. And she's like, I hope he gets back in time to come to my party. She really wants him to come to the birthday party. I've invited him and he wants to go, but I don't know if he'll go. I mean, that man is young and living la vida loca. I don't think he has time to come to no party with no old people. So let me show you my shoes again, guys. The hills, yeah. Okay, so say hi, moms. Tell Calandra to carry home your bread.
Hi, Calandra.
Tell her to carry your bread.
I'm taking home your bread. Where is it?
There's no party there. Okay, so I didn't make this for you, your mother. I made this for Calandra, okay?
Yeah, I just have to come here today and I got my share.
And here's Jada. She just styled the grandma's hair, which means she shaved it bald.
Do you want to know it?
Yes, I want to know it. Is it true? I know it true. Yeah, you know what? It tastes good still? Not nothing in here. Dang.
When you open it,
Just two people.
you look like piece of white things stuck on top like data.
That you carry that and on wafer?
Yeah,
Thank you. So you style grandma's hair? Huh? Yeah, wear a scarf like this for the party? Okay. Congo. Good morning. It's Monday morning, September what, 14th?
Something like that.
Tomorrow's Kathy's birthday. Remind me, okay? Man, this month has been going so fast that I'm forgetting my loved one's birthday. Anyways, we're going to the DMV right now. It is 8:21. We don't like to go this early because then sometimes there's a line. It's better if you walk in at 10. But we're going to go take care of this paperwork issue to get our truck registered, get the sticker, get the license plate, and pay the taxes, right? Yeah, so we have to go spend money.
You shouldn't have to pay taxes.
I shouldn't have to pay no taxes on the old car that I bought.
I know. You shouldn't have paid taxes. When they come in, Mr. Greenwich comes.
Oh, God.
I shouldn't have paid no taxes.
Yeah, so last night, Lois went to church with us. And you guys know that it's the Pentecostal church, right? So they dance in the aisles and they fall in the spirit and all that stuff. And Lois was just, his eyes popped out of his head. He loved it. He was like, wow, I love the pageantry and the drama. You know, he's a drama major. That child's not right. But he loved it. He loved it. He loved it. I was so happy because he really wanted to go. And he wanted to go give God thanks because his mom survived that health crisis that she went through a couple weeks ago when she almost died when she coughed up her feeding tube. So I'm glad that I was able to accommodate him. And then I sold something on Close 5, the app from eBay. It's kind of like having a garage sale without having a garage sale. So I finally sold something on it and people came to pick it up last night. That's the one thing that I don't like about it. It's kind of like Craigslist where you have to meet the people, but they were nice people. And I had them call my Google phone number so they could know that I wasn't the killer. So from here on in, whatever I sell, I'm going to have to sell from the shop. What, you know, in numbers where everybody's there, the daylight, all that good stuff. So, right?
Right.
All right. So off to the DMV. Wish me luck. We are B092 and you're showing B084. DMV is so big and beautiful. It's almost a pleasure to be here. I had Joe spit laugh just now. Of the stickers. All right, guys. So this is the thing. All that was really needed is that that letter. Like I told you, the pink slip for the car is in California. It's always been in California. The owners bought it here and then they moved to Arizona, and then they gave the car to their son to come back to California for college. He's a young kid, like 28 years old. You know, the people who have the stretchy thing in their ear and stuff. So he was pimping out the car, planning to keep it, couldn't afford the gas anymore. Sold it to the Persian guy that sold it to me. So the Persian guy had it for 2 months, but he's not officially the second owner. I'm officially the second owner. So because it was registered in another state, the registration doesn't expire until December in that other state. So I was okay to drive the car. But you know, you buy a car, you want to have the stuff in your name. You don't want to buy the car and you can't put it in your name and anybody could come steal it in the middle of the night. I mean, does Veronica not understand what that feels like? You know, so we came here. We didn't pay her any money on Saturday because she sent that little girl to do her work. And I'm not giving her any money, that girl. So, I don't feel any guilt. I really, because I offered her 3 times to pay her $45 fee because she got us 90 or 95% of the way done. But she played the fool and said, no, I don't want the money, blah, blah, whatever. I don't know if it's guilt, whatever. But I'm glad it's done. We got a nice young lady, Desiree, at the DMV. And the minute we got up to the first window, they're like, you're going to need this letter from Arizona. I'm like, bam, there's your letter. And so we got up there and she says, I was just about to give you the bad news. You're going to need this letter from Arizona. I'm like, bam, there's the letter. So that's the one good thing that Veronica did do. I'm going to give the devil credit where it's due. She did get us that letter because that was going to be hard for me to get that letter because I don't know how to reach no DMV in Arizona. So no, it's done, guys. It's finished. We have our registration. We have our sticker. We have our new license plate, and it's easy to remember, but I can't tell you guys. I don't want nobody to find me and stalk me. And it's pretty cool. It feels good. I feel like nothing can go wrong this week now. I've been stressed out over this thing since August the 5th, and I've just kept on saying to God, if you resolve this, I know everything else will fall into place. So it's resolved. My pink slip's gonna come in the mail in 2 weeks. I'm gonna outrightly own the car. I'm gonna call the guy who sold me the car to tell him right now that it's done. I know he'll be relieved, and I don't think he'll ever buy another out-of-state car to flip. Oh my goodness, I'm having such a hard time with the look, guys. It's really coming down. Josh, it's coming down, man. We got back in time. Thank you so much for watching, liking, and subscribing. Please check out my other channels right here to the right of your screen, the cooking channel, the product review channel, and Joe's channel. The links are in the description box.